Good tidings once again, I am Iron Tyrant and today I have another weapon review for you. But rather than just reviewing one weapon in this video, I'll be comparing with two faction specific SMGs for the NC, this being the AF4 Cyclone and the Blitz GD-10. In order to compare these two, I'm first going to review them both separately, and end by comparing the two. If you would like to skip ahead to any particular weapon or the end comparison, links should be appearing round about now. Starting with the AF4 Cyclone. Cyclone is going to set you back 1000 certs or 700 SC, putting it at a very hefty price tag. But personally, I would recommend getting this gun via the retail box version of Planetside 2. As not only does it work out cheaper in the scale of things, you also get a unique gold skin for the gun if bling is your thing. I will go into the box version in more detail in a later video. Moving on to the weapon statistics. The one that makes it stand out from the other SMGs is its high damage per bullet of 167 before 6 meters and 100 after 6 meters, making it the highest damage per bullet SMG currently in the game as of this video. The quick damage fall off into this weapon is designed for a close range powerhouse rather than a versatile weapon, as this weapon is only rarely viable up to the max range of sort of 10 to 15 meters, but within this range it is one hell of a devastating weapon. Its muzzle velocity also shows it is intended as a close range slaughterhouse, as it is a snail pace of only 360 meters per second, meaning taking enemies at range is a no-go area. The trade-off for the damage per bullet is that it is the slowest firing rate of any SMG in the game as of this video, as it only clocks at a pitifully slow 652 rounds per minute. Not only is this slow for SMGs, it is also slow for most weapons designed for a close range role. But, in my eyes, the damage per bullet outweighs this, as it follows the NC ideals of hard-hitting weaponry. And boy does this thing pack a punch. In close range, if you can use it accurately and land your shots on target, you're easily going to drop enemies. The need to be accurate is emphasised more in this gun's small magazine size, as it does really have a bit of a case of size really does matter, since having to reload in close range combat usually results in an unhappy ending. This small mag size can at least be improved by the extended mag weapon attachment, raising the bullets in each mag by 10 rounds. This said, the reload speed of a Cyclone is very impressive, at a blink of an eye speed of 1.75 seconds for a quick reload and 3 seconds for a long reload, meaning it is important to hit them quick reloads. This reload speed works well with the Infiltrator's cloak ability, as means you can appear from the shadows, empty the mag, and then disappear again and reload. The gun's recoil and hipfire also feel very easy to control, making it a dream to use in close range. The gun almost feels like a point and click weapon, it is that easy to aim within close ranges, to the point where realistically you don't need to aim down sights at all up until after 6 meters or so. Next, let's move on to my recommended attachments for this gun, starting with the sights. Here I would personally recommend a 1x reflex sight, as it makes aiming down sight in close ranges easy as it still allows for quick target acquisition. Next up for a barrel, I would recommend a suppressor, as the loss of muzzle velocity shouldn't be of any real issue, as the SMG is a close range weapon, and not really useful in other engagement ranges. Plus, the added benefit of being able to stay hidden from the enemy outweighs the loss in muzzle velocity. For the ammo, the only choice is the soft point ammunition, and I would definitely recommend it, as it increases the maximum damage range of the SMG, making it all the more deadlier. And finally, for a rail attachment, I would recommend the extended mags, as it reduces the disadvantage of having a pitifully small mag size. This said, the laser sight is another viable option, but personally, I prefer the flexibility of a few extra bullets. Right, let's move on to the Blitz. The Blitz are going to set you back the same as the Cyclone, at 1000 certs or 700 SC. Looking at its statistics of the Blitz, it is clear it is designed for a close range spray and pray role, shown first in the high fire rate of a whopping 845 rounds per minute, reducing the need to be accurate down to a room for error that such a high fire rate gives you. It shares the same muzzle velocity of the Cyclone at 360 meters per second, highlighting again that it is intended for a close range role, as only 360 meters per second makes it very difficult to hit targets at longer ranges. Next we look at the bullet damage. Where the Cyclone has a trade-off of a low rate of fire for high damage per bullet, the Blitz is the opposite. High rate of fire for low bullet damage, as it only clocks at 125 up to 6 meters and 84 after 42, meaning more shots will be required to drop an enemy, but with a higher fire rate, these shots can be rattled off at a greater speed. With a higher rate of fire, a bigger magazine would be nice, and luckily the Blitz does not disappoint. It has a generous mag size of 50 rounds. This said, with such a high rate of fire, the mags do dry up soon, leading me onto the reload speeds. For a close range weapon, the reload speeds of the Blitz are a bit on the long side, but still reasonably fast in the scale of things. A long reload is going to cost you a hefty 3.5 seconds, and a quick a second less at 2.5 seconds. But thanks to the mag size, you should be able to manage your reloads so you don't often have to suffer the lengthy wait of 3.5 seconds. The recoil and hipfire of this gun are easy to control, plus with the advantage of a bigger mag you can throw a laser sight on there for good measure to take the gun's hipfiring ability even further. The recoil itself is easy to control to the point where aiming down sights only requires the smallest of adjustments. Looking at the attachments of this gun, I have a few recommendations that I personally believe work well. For the sight, I use a 1x reflex, for the same reasons as with the Cyclone, as it makes aiming down sights a viable option in close range as it still allows for quick target acquisition. Next we have a barrel, and here I would recommend the suppressor, simply because, as this is intended as a close range gun, the loss of muzzle velocity is easily outweighed by the advantage of being able to stay hidden with greater ease. For a rail, I recommend the advanced laser sight, as it reduces the cone of fire while hip firing, making it all the easier. And finally, I recommend soft point ammunition to increase the maximum damage range, increasing the gun's effective range.
Start fighting for real at any time now.
Now let's move on to the comparison. When comparing the two SMGs, there are some key differences that are highlighted, which will make both suit different playstyles. The two main factors are the rate of fire and the damage per bullet. The rate of fire of the Cyclone at 652 rounds per minute, compared with the Blitz at 845 rounds per minute, means that the Blitz gives much more room for error, as more bullets in a shorter period of time reduces the need for accuracy, and in a close range environment, this allows for a TR, spray and pray philosophy. If I fire enough bullets, some are bound to hit. Plus, the hit fire can be improved with an advanced laser sight, making hitting targets with a mass of light and death becomes all the easier. Plus, this together with a larger clip size, and you also have the potential for a very forgiving and therefore easy to use close range weapon. Alternatively, if you look at the damage per bullet, the Blitz falls short of the Cyclone, a maximum of 125 compared with the Cyclone's impressive 167 maximum, meaning less bullets are required to kill an enemy. But with the trade-off of a slower fire rate and clip size, the result is the need for the player to be much more accurate, but rewards this accuracy with superb damage per bullet. Though the hipfire can be improved with a laser sight, like with the Blitz, here I would recommend the extended mags, as the clip size is just too unforgiving without in my opinion. So with these two ideas in mind, these guns do play to two different playstyles. The Cyclone has high damage per bullet, but low rate of fire. This means that it rewards accuracy, as if the player can keep their cool in the heat of battle and keep the bullets on target, the reward is high damage, and this makes it incredibly easy to drop enemies in close range, almost to the point of a shotgun level. Whereas the Blitz's high rate of fire gives much more room for error, meaning that players need to be less accurate, which in close range engagements, accuracy can be easily replaced with the ability for a lot of lead at the target. So in conclusion, the Cyclone is like a scalpel that requires accuracy and precision to be effective, whereas the Blitz is an axe, where you almost just have to close your eyes and swing and hope for the best. In my eyes, my favourite is the Cyclone, as I generally prefer to aim down sights, and this gun I feel rewards me more when doing so. This more so than the Blitz anyway, but I believe that both guns have their place, as both suit very different playstyles. But like I said, the Cyclone for me just tips it. This is down to the bullet damage, as it just gives you that little bit extra. Anyway, this is Iron Tyrant, over and out.